Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Play Heroes of a Broken Land 2 with no fair fight! And yes, I have a new idea, a new build for you, and that is the Wrestler Lancer build. Why Wrestler Lancer? Well, we all know that the biggest problem fighting in the dungeon is the dungeon bosses. They hit hard, they hit fast, and they hit multiple times. I've tried to avoid dying by using shields and block and counter, but that doesn't work that well. It works okay, but it doesn't work perfect. So the ninjas are not yet implemented, so we cannot use the evade that much, which leaves us with making the enemy unable to attack at all, which is the wrestler trait. If you've got a wrestler in your party, he can pin down the opponent in front of him. You cannot pin down second row, and you can only pin down one enemy, but you can pin him down even dungeon bosses for 7 turns, and that means they can do anything. So, with 2 wrestlers in our team, one left, one right, we can pin down the enemy indefinitely until he's dead. Well, not indefinitely, but long enough, hopefully. With that being said, wrestling, as I mentioned, only works on the first row, and it only works on the left or right side. But as the dungeon boss is always in the first row, we should be on the safe side here. So why lances then? Well, lances, you can use spears, and besides the ability to strike first that they gain later on, they are able to ignore partially the armor of the enemy. And we all know that the dungeon bosses take very little damage from normal weapons because of their high defenses and armor, so to speak. So I'm hoping that the wrestlers can pin the enemy down, especially the dungeon bosses, and the lancers will simply strike them down. That's kind of the idea. With that being said, wrestlers need incredible high strength to become wrestlers, 15, endurance 10, and the rest of the stats is not that high. And the lancers don't have that high strength or that high requirements. They need a pretty build-up fort to level 2, I think, so 4,000 gold if you've got the market upgrade, that is. And then you have to build the 2 upgrades, the Justing Lance and the Gymnasium. But we can do that relatively easy. With that being said, why don't I use mages? Because mages are too slow. If you start casting spells at the enemy, it will take 1 turn to start the spell and 1 turn to cast the spell. That is 2 turns, and if you give the enemy that much time, trust me, the dungeon boss will slice you in half or cubes. Because you take so long. With that being said, let's jump right into it and test our little theory, shall we? And here we are. I have picked a couple of heroes that should be able to become wrestlers. We have Yuki here with strength 18. We have Nerissa here with strength 20. By the way, I really like that they put the faces now to the corresponding sex. And yes, this guy is a throat, but please keep in mind you have to pick 4 out of the heroes that are presented, and they cannot all be glorious. However, we have this guy here with strength 19, and the stats are pretty perfect for either lancer or wrestler. Remember, more than 2 wrestlers only help you if you are, and I'm not saying you should, only help you if you are planning on getting 1 wrestler killed and then have another jump in. So 2 wrestlers, 1 left, 1 right is absolutely enough in my eyes. This guy has a lot of hit points because he's high endurance and will, and that of course gets down to a lot of hit points. Yeah, these are not good fighters, and we're looking for fighters. The first thing we always build is the market, and then we expand it, and we build the lumber mill. We should have built the lumber mill first, though, and then we'll build this, and then we still have money left, but we can buy nothing else. We can build, next thing is we need is the fort, and we need to upgrade the fort, although we can't because we don't have the coin. So we'll just wait a couple of days, like this. Look if we've got a new hero, because we need 1 more. Oh, it's day 7, so it's 1 more day, okay. See what the cat racked in. Whoa, 1921. You are so in the team, sir. That is impressive. That's a lot of intelligence and a lot of will. Not that we need it, but it has better stats than our other guy, so maybe we should take her in. Let's give it a couple more turns, because we need more coin to upgrade the fort. So now we need 4,000 gold. We always keep an eye out for outstandingly good heroes, because that's what we always can use. But These guys are not outstanding. We could run around in the meantime and try to get some more coin, but you're not getting a lot of coin that way. Trust me. You are pathetic. You are catastrophic. And you are totally out of the line. But maybe we can rearrange our troops a little bit. You go here, and you go here, and you're terrible, and you go here. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad that she has so much willpower and stuff because we cannot really use that. We could already run around a bit and try to get some crystals on the way. And some coin. Although this is very little coin, I mind you. But maybe it's just what we need. We can look into the dungeons. Oh, it's sealed tight. That's a shame. Just looking for more treasure chests to speed up the process. We need 4,000 gold and then we need another 1,600, I guess, to get the... Ooh, no. No. We're not fighting those guys. No way in hell. Because at the moment we are pretty flimsy. Just looking around for a quick coin, but there is none. Sometimes when you start a dungeon, you are already in an area where you can grab some stuff. And of course we would use that if we would get our hands to it. But we're not. So, yeah, that's how it is. Brave the depths. This might be what we're looking for. 600 golds, that's pretty cool. That was stupid. But we didn't get anyone killed. And we got a lot of coins, so I'm okay with that. We examined the portal. If we use the crystals, that would open this dungeon up to us, which is excellent. At the moment, you're not getting any experience for disarming traps. So that's okay with us. There is no one here. Oh, there is a little coin. 8 gold coins. That's not big, but we take what we can get. And we're getting close. It's day 1. Oh, it's day 1. It's day 1. There might be another hero. You are terrifying. Well, the hit points pretty much tell you if the guy is good or not. If he's under 60 hit points, he's out of the question anyway. Under 30 hit points, he's out of the question anyway. So, not that good. Don't see anything here. As long as we do not have our Restless going, we should be wary with dungeons. Of course, we activate all the portals because that will open up dungeons. Well, we have not yet repaired the bridge, but okay. So it's day 5. It's day 4, and we have the upgrade. And now, for 800 golds, we can build the gymnasium and the justing thing, which is perfect. And give me a second. And I'm back. I have my brother with me now, who is very skilled in the art of dungeoneering. So at the moment, we're collecting the money for the additional or for the classes. So we have a new week. Perhaps we've got some new heroes. Whoa, this one. Oh, the speed. Speed 5 is very, very bad. That's not good. That is overall very good stats. Okay, maybe we can change something out here. Let's give it a couple of days. Let's bring the team back. Let's have a look at our team. Have a look at the team. He is pretty good. No reason to exchange him. He is not perfect because intelligence and willpower do not help us with being a good fighter. This here is excellent. The speed is not good, but not terrible. This here is not great, but okay. Eric, as we all know, is no use at all. This thing here has overall great stats. However, we do not benefit from intelligence and will as much. Besides the speed, this is very, very good. And I think that we should take him and switch him out with Vera. Because Vera... Oh no, Vera is okay. Or was the one that was not good? Ravia? Yeah, Ravia. Sadly for Ravia. But he is much harder hitting. Remember, strength equals more damage. I think 1 point in strength is 10% more damage. So in comparison from strength 11 to strength 19, that is huge. Yeah, that's okay. Ooh, that's terrible. That would be an excellent spellcaster. Intelligence 20. Yeah, but we should not. We should focus on getting our heroes on. One more day and this will be the final. Whoever is not in the team now will not be in the team ever. Okay, you're definitely not in. You're definitely not in. And no high hopes for you. No, too much intelligence and too much willpower does not help us. However, we can now buy the Justing Field. And we can buy... Ugh, the Gymnasium is still too expensive. Screw me. So... Can I please have my Gymnasium? Thank you, sir. While we're at it... Let's put some... It does not concern us that it is week 9. That doesn't change anything. Quick look. Oh, look at that. Intelligence 25. That means this lady will do 150% about extra damage if she starts spellcasting, which would be insane. Insane. However, what we need to make this work is 800 gold for the spears. Well, actually, we don't need the spears that much, do we? Can we sell theoretically, can we sell equipment? That is one less spare we need. Okay, is there any spears? The great sword is out. The wooden great sword is out. The wooden knife is out. The wooden club is out. The wooden sword is out. However, our wrestlers will not need weapons, because they're just there for the pinning. So, with that being said, her and her will become wrestlers. The rest of the team will become lances. Why can you not become a lancer? Because he has speed 6, are you kidding me? He needs speed 6 and he has speed 5. Never thought that this would bite me in the back. Very, very bad, very bad, very bad. Okay, you don't need the spear because you are not a lancer. I give you the great sword. And I will give you the other great sword. Okay. And that means that you will go for the pointy wooden spear. Not sure why it's called pointy, because I expect a spear to be pointy, but what we see already is that the requirements for agility is higher than strength, so we should try to train up agility in order to use our spears. Always plan ahead, that's what I say. Okay. So, we have some coin, we can buy some spears. We actually need only 3 spears, right? Well, we'll take 2. Oh, let's wait a day and buy one more spear. Excellent. So, you get a spear. You get a spear. You get a spear. Okay, let's test the theory out, shall we? So, this is a dungeon. We go in. Quick look around, everything's alright. We should keep an eye on the floor because I have a tendency to run into traps when my son is not with me. So now here, these are normal skeletons. The question is, can we pin them down? The energy cost is 6. With 22 energy and 20 energy, we can do this 3 times without running out of energy. So we pin, and you strike, and you pin. Well, okay, they're low-level idiots. They will be killed before they can do anything. But he's grappled. You could see for a moment that he was not moving. Okay, but of course he's not the issue. We try to move as perfectly as we can, meaning avoiding traps and entering the dungeon rooms in the right order. Woo! 126 and a bone sword. Please keep in mind that I don't see anything. That the loot items are not yet repaired, which means this guy is really annoying. Which means that no matter how high the dungeon is, we can never find any item that is better than wood and bone. That's how it is. At the moment, the best stuff you can find in chests are wood and bone items. Even if you go into a level, I don't know, 20 dungeon, you will... Oh, I think there is no level 20 dungeon, but even if you find a level 10 dungeon, you will only find wood and bone items, which are pretty bad by itself. We're not using any special abilities like our pierce through. 1 damage. Oh yeah, well. We have how many life points? 38, 36, a lot. We're not in trouble here. These guys are not the problem. And the question is not, can we beat them? But the question is the principle working? Is the principle of pinning the enemy with the restless possible or not? That is the question. And that is a trap. And we're in. Let's guard our backside. No one here, but beautiful treasure. By the way, at the moment there is not a lot of ways to improve your hit points or your magic power points. So the normal tonic is more than enough. Since you cannot have more than about 30 magic points, and a normal magic tonic also improves your magic or restores your magic points by about 30. You will never need anything else than that. Oh crap, we've been ambushed. So they will get a free attack on everyone. But that's no problem. Again, these are level 1 skeletons. It's not the question we can beat them. The question is, will the trick work on the dungeon boss? Even a level 1 dungeon boss can slay 2 of your people in 1 turn easily. Even if you're higher in level. That guy will just take them and punch them to smithereens. And by the way, they can all counterattack. That's another point. If you've got someone pinned, he cannot counterattack. Another question would be, can a fire elemental, air elemental, or ice elemental use his special ability to retaliate on you when you hit them? Because in theory, you get damaged when attacking a fire elemental because it's on fire and you burn yourself while approaching it. But if the fire elemental is pinned, does the pinner take damage? That's question number 1. It would make sense, but the question is it there or not? And if you attacked a pinned elemental, which means it cannot do anything, is burning you counted as anything? I don't know. We'll find out. These guys are not moving, which is no problem. By the way, we could really ruin this guy's life by just piercing through them, because then we would attack through the first rank into the second rank. And we'll do that against the boss, because when we can only pin the first 2 enemies, we cannot pin the back rows. There are very few ways to attack back rows, but there are some. The leap, for example, I think it is with the I don't know what his name is. Fencer? No, the Fencer is the sword guy. The other one. I do not remember the name, sadly. But there is a way to attack back ranks. We're still okay. Where is the dungeon boss is the question. That was a bit risky because there could have been a trap there and I would have been walking right into it. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous because in a room that big I expect to be more enemies there. And the boss is missing for some strange reason. If we can get a level up before we meet the boss, we can do something amazing. Because then we will get 25% more armor ignorance, or what is it called? Armor penetration? And our gladiators, our wrestlers, will get 10 more hit points. That doesn't sound like a lot, but please keep in mind, one level up gives you 5 ability points. One ability point can give you between 1 and 2 hit points. So having 10 hit points more is the equivalent of 2 levels. Now, isn't that great? You get a small bonus to attack. I think it's 10. So that's not that big. Oh, there he is. Oh boy. I can see his aura. Do you see the lightning on the light effect on the left side? That is the enemy. You can barely see it, but that is the chief. Again, since the enemies are moving now, we cannot outmaneuver him anymore. Would be great. It's no longer working. The enemies are no longer stationary. They're moving. And we didn't get a level up. Oh, damn it. I was so hoping for that. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. That is the Skeletal King. He will act no matter what we do. He will act. I have no idea how they do this. Because even if my speed is about 20, they always act before I do. So, we'll grapple him. We'll grapple him. Please, watch the following. He's still moving. You see, he's like getting ready to strike. And he will stop moving any second now. Yay! Do you notice something? Does my brother notice something? He's no longer moving, which means we won this fight. There is nothing he can do. As long as he cannot strike, there is no way for him to win. So, we're doing interesting amounts of damage to him. 32 damage is a lot. Oh, I just wondered why one of us is not really doing as much, but that is obvious because we continue grappling. Oh, look at that. The enemy of Nerissa was killed, so she's now grappling the Skeleton Knight as well. Does that make any sense? Woohoo! We have a level up. Speed. No. We play this clever. We're the clever guys, aren't we? They need agility because that is what a spear needs. And look at that. Our spear is getting 25% minus enemy defense and 10% more critical, which is marvelous. We'll get that up to another 25%, meaning we'll ignore 50% of the enemy's defense. With the next upgrade. 25% defense. I don't know if that's any good. This now sounds interesting. First strike. This gives you a first strike advantage in many situations. I have no idea what that means. Does it always work? Does it sometimes work? Is it chance? Does it? And now there are two combat maneuvers. One I know is the phalanx. That is a Greek formation. With the Sarissa, you know, Philip of Macedonia, something like that. And what the heck is a Schildtron? What should that be?
Schildtron formation was a formation.
Is that the Roman kind?
Like the turtle?
Ah, turtle. Oh, it's a tortoise formation. Okay, Schildtron. Plus 20% attack,
Sure.
plus 20% defense. That's pretty awesome. Reaction minus 20% means we'll act 20% slower and less often. That's pretty harsh.
Würde aber passen.
And the last one is Impale. Target defense minus 50%. Attack plus 50%. So we do 100% more damage? And it bleeds. Oh, that bleeding is great. I think that's about 3 damage a turn. Okay. You need agility. A lot of it. You need speed. At least 10. Because that is terrible in speed. And the rest goes to agility. You need speed like hell. And now look at this. A wrestler, when he levels up, gets plus 10 attack, who cares for that? Plus 10 defense, who cares for that? Plus 20 max hit points. I've got no idea why it says plus 10 hit points and max hit points plus 10. What the heck should that mean? What is the difference between hit points plus 10 and max hit points plus 10? Does it mean when I take this, I get healed by 10 points? Is that true? That would be ridiculous. And it's not even true, because we didn't get 10 hit points. So, well, who knows? The important part is that we take speed up sky high, because the wrestler must act before everyone else, pin the enemy down, and get the job done. Treasure chest! Treasure chest! I wonder if the dungeon is cleared. Seems like it. Oh, it's not. Because look at this. Missed a gold coin. Yeah, you say it's a gold coin. I say every gold coin counts. Okay. Well, there is another room. So we have our new ability. As you can see, our wrestlers now always get first. That is very important. They pin, we kill. They pin, we kill. They pin, we kill. That's the idea. You know, just for the nuts, we'll go into a high-level dungeon and try out if this technique works against something like elementals or so. Because I'm pretty sure it won't. Because that would be... If we could pin elementals down and keep them from doing their elemental damage, that would be insane. Because that means the fire elemental is no longer burning you because you've got it pinned to the ground. Normally it should do extra damage to the person who pins, I guess. Okay, with that being done, we'll leave the dungeon. We go back home. And we'll train up our Lancer. Can we upgrade this? Attack bonus. The Bronze Spear. Oh, that's costly. But as you can see, the strength requirements isn't as high as the agility requirements. But when we look at the damage we do at the moment, we have an attack value of 74. Which, where the heck is my spear that I just bought? Which will go up from 74 to 194, 49. Which is, I guess, pretty good. Not necessarily good enough. But hey. Okay. Okay, where is the hardest big-ass dungeon we can find? I think it's this one. If we die, we die. This is a test, anyway. I think it will not get any harder than this. Because this is level 6. The only important thing is I must do what I can to... okay, Okay, this is a level 6 skeletal soldier, right? It doesn't even show us the strength of the enemy because these guys are so hardcore. We'll grapple 1, we'll grapple 2. They're moving. Look at them, they're moving. And now we start piercing. Oh, crap. Oh, boy. We already got 1 dead. Okay, I don't know why the Earth Elemental is still moving, because I think it should not be able to do that. So now we're doing 7 damage about. Let's see what happens if we use our special ability. Oh, we're still doing 7 damage. Okay, so we can pin them. We can pin them. However, that doesn't work as I wanted because they don't have the aura. Let's heal up. Think, Boris. Think. Oh boy, he's wounded. My brother is absolutely right. Where is my healing stuff? Healing tonic. Okay, what we can try to do is get here, wait a couple of days, and repair the bridge. Because I'm pretty sure this dungeon here will be hardcore. Although there is no one here. No one here as well. What? Ah, I see. Ooh. That's an awful lot of them. However, they're not coming, are they? Now they are. Okay. Skeletal soldier, earth thingy again. We grapple, we hit. They're both grappled. They're not moving. And we were faster than Mr. I don't care your name, skeletal whatever thingy. Why are we doing so little damage to the rock? That I don't understand. Is there a difference between defense and resistance? A skeleton has a high defense, and a rock elemental has a high resistance to physical damage. Shouldn't the spear, when it is reducing defense, also ignoring resistance?
Resistance to physical damage?
Yes, they have a resistance to physical damage.
Then it's...
Okay, so that means my spear doesn't work even though it's reducing the defense. Because the defense is not the problem, it's the resistance. Ah, damn it. Well, we're still okay. We're still doing good damage. 511 gold. This dungeon is definitely high. I cannot tell you how high it is, because I cannot see the enemy's level, because they're too high for me to identify. But it must be pretty high. However, I bet with you, if we find any items here, it will be bone, or cloth, or wood. Okay. I see no traps, which is good. That is a problem because these are rocks, which means they take very little damage from what we do. We will, however, pin them and strike them. Now, the main problem is that we only have 2 characters who are able to do damage to each rock. And our wrestlers have not yet learned to do damage while grappling. That exists, by the way. So theoretically, it would be able to make an entire team of wrestlers who wrestle down the enemy, then both are pinned. But if you've got enough skill, the wrestler is able to do damage to the opponent while grappling. Oh, we released our hold. This might be bad. Okay, he's down. Oh, crap. Now oh, damn it. I'm out of energy. So I cannot pin. And she cannot pin, which means the enemy will get a free attack on our people. Because we're unable to pin. Holy God, look at the damage these things do. Oh, you're kidding me. He just killed the person that I have revived. Okay, we're out. That was the one life potion I had, and he immediately attacked the same person that I healed. Does that make any sense? Why did he do that? Okay, what is the cost of the... God in heaven. 8,000 gold. That's a lot of coin. Okay, so far, I'll end it here. We'll see each other again next time when I continue with this group, because I think they have potential. What does my brother say? My brother gives it a thumbs up. They have potential. We'll see how far they can go. And we'll see you all next time. Until then, bye.